48 hours ago, I set up an AI system that does all my cold outreach for me and researches the companies for me. It wrote personalized emails and booked me 3 calls with companies doing 7 figures plus. Best thing is, whilst I was doing it, I was just scanning my breakfast. I run a lead gen company and I work with businesses and sell them leads at a fixed price. The leads themselves aren't the hard part. The hard part is actually finding the companies who want to buy them. This means cold emailing decision makers, cold mailing people on LinkedIn, and cold messaging people on LinkedIn. All of them have to be personalized, and usually it would take me hours and I'd only get around 50, 60 done a day. So I set this Claude AI bot up to handle all the outreach for me, so I didn't have to do it myself. It finds prospects, writes emails, drafts everything up for me, and I basically just have to come back to my laptop and check my drafts. And within 48 hours, 3 calls booked. And this is what my morning looks like. Stick on the kettle, get my eggs on boil, tell Claude what to do, come back to my laptop in about half an hour. So I'm going to show you the prompt that I give Claude in the morning. So we will start with find me new verticals to do outreach to. And we'll work in a project, which I'll explain a little bit later. So I'll select my project and let's go. So it's asking me what type of verticals I'm looking for, UK, US, or both. I'm going to go with both. I want to go for a balance of all 3 on this question. It's going to pull up all my files within my projects now. So it's just pulled up my company context to see what verticals I'm already operating in. And then it's going to look for new opportunities or new people that I've not outreached to yet. Come on. So here we are. It's found 10 new verticals across the board. Now let's just review what it's got for me. Solar installation, Medicare supplement, debt consolidation, and personal injury, equity release, home warranty, and walk-in tubs. Same demo and stairlifts. Not really heard of that one, but nice. So I'm just going to basically say to it now, yes, do some outreach to all of them verticals, and I want to do 60 plus email drafts. Now let's see what it comes out with now. So now it's running another skill, which you can see on my screen. It says outreach workflow. It's going to now understand exactly how I like to do my outreach and understand what the business does before it does start doing the outreach. It's also loaded up 2 other files, as you can see. My voice, so it speaks exactly how I like it to. And it's also pulled up the cold email science. So it understands exactly what triggers reply rates, what doesn't, and how many sequences each email needs. It's also pulled up my tracker list. So it will basically use this to understand who I've already, reached out to. And it will basically not reach out to them, or anyone on the do not contact list, it will also not outreach to either. So here it's searching for my Buyer Finder app, which is an app I created to make my outreach easier, but it's currently not online because I'm making some edits. So it's just going to use Apollo, which is a direct connector that I've connected to Claude. And it will basically look across all 10 verticals and start finding the right decision makers within the businesses that I want to outreach to. You can see it's loaded Apollo now. It's going to look for all those contacts and start doing the outreach. So I'll be back here in about 20 minutes and we'll run through what it drafted up. Whoosh! Big boy breakfast done. Right. Now I've come back to my laptop and we can see a full summary. 58 email drafts created across 10 verticals, all sitting in your drafts ready for you to review and send. So let's have a quick gander. Debt consolidation, 7 drafts, mainly US. PI legal, 8 drafts, so on and so forth. You can basically see what it's done here. We've got the UK ones, which are separate. And it's basically just told me here, 58 emails of plain text, under 80 words with personalized subject lines, 36 to 50 characters, soft call to actions, no links, no hyphens, British English, correct currency, signed off as Kieran, every contact has a verified email. And my outreach tracker has been updated and they are set to active with the email follow-ups, and LinkedIn automation follow-up bots will pick up these automatically. That's the secret sauce, which I will explain in another video, but not right now. Now let's just go into Gmail now. So let's have a look. 58 drafts sitting there. We can have a look. So ACA health leads for Move Health. Hi, Cole. Da 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 da. No ping pairs. Da 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 da. Yep, that's pretty much how I'd write. Let's open a few randomers. Just scanning through. Yeah, this is exactly how I would write. And these are actual real emails that it's wrote out for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and send these as I would. I'm scanning over them. It's exactly how I'd write. And then on a day-to-day basis, I'd just review all of them and just send them like that. I can get Claude to send them for me, but I prefer to review them before they go out, just in case, because AI can make mistakes, just like a normal employee can make mistakes. Got to view it like that. But essentially, this is exactly how I'm doing 200 plus emails a day, personalized emails. It's just not like a mass campaign or anything. And it's getting done for me. I don't have to set anything up. All these emails are wrote individually, personalized. I don't have to do anything. But yeah, this is what I do on a day-to-day basis. And this is exactly how I booked the 3 calls with the 7-figure plus companies. I don't have to do anything. Writes 200 plus emails a day for me, personalized to each buyer. And I just come back, review them, send them. But let's skip all that. Let me break down how this actually works, because it's not just a plug-in system where you just tell it what to do and it'll automatically know how to do it. There's the tools, which is the infrastructure, and there's the documents that I created that actually make AI good at doing this. And the documents are the most important part within this process. So obviously tool 1 is going to be Claude. You need to have this, and you need to have the desktop version, not the web app version. I use Claude through the co-work function that it offers. That connects to my Gmail, my research tools, and my files. Think of it as an employee who can do 10 people's jobs in one. That's why everyone's losing their job. The second tool is Apollo, and this is one of my most important tools that I use. This is how Claude finds the companies and the people that I want to do the outreach to. It searches by industry, company, and job title. It then finds the verified emails, no bad emails or guest emails. Don't want to be hurt in that domain. And the third tool is Gmail. Claude connects directly to this within a connector function in the app, which I can show you later. Now on to the docs, the secret sauce of this whole thing. The first document is the business context. This essentially tells Claude exactly what I do, what my business does, how we like to price things, the type of people we work with, etc., etc. The second document is the voice guide. This is exactly what makes the email sound like you. I don't like that chat GPT wishy-washy I'm Mr. Professional type thing. I like it to sound exactly like me, conversational, just like another human being. And this is exactly what this does for Claude. Third document is the cold email rules or cold email science. This basically tells Claude to use plain text, no HTML, no images, no URLs or anything, because it damages deliverability. It also gives Claude information on exactly what triggers replies and what doesn't. It also tells Claude exactly what triggers reply rates, open rates, and what doesn't. The fourth one is the outreach workflow. This is a workflow that tells Claude exactly what to do and in what order. And it must do deep research on each company so we can personalize each email to each individual. The final one is the prospect tracker, which I call the outreach tracker, which is in my desktop working folder. The last document is the outreach tracker. This basically logs every time that you do outreach to someone new, and then it will continuously log every time you email them, and the email follow-up system and the LinkedIn automation system uses this tracker to keep track of things, basically. Self-explanatory. I'll explain more about the follow-ups and LinkedIn automation system in another video. That's it. 3 tools, 5 documents. Quick one as well. If you find this useful, hit subscribe, because I'm going to continue putting out tutorials on how to do these things. And yeah, just don't be here. Okay, so how do you set this up? There's going to be 2 parts to this. First, you set up the tools. That's the easy part. And then you set up the documents, and that's the part that actually makes this all work. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go over to Claude, and you want to go into your settings and go to connectors. In your connectors, you want to connect Apollo and Gmail. And then you also want to go to the Chrome Web Store and download the Claude extension. This will enable the MCP to be able to work on your desktop. Make sure you've also gone onto here and downloaded Claude for desktop, because this only works on Claude Cowork. You can't do this on the web app. Then you want to head over to Apollo and connect your Apollo to it. I think you can start out on a free plan with this, so you should be good. Or you can choose to go for paid, depending on how much outreach you're going to do. But this is what Claude uses to find all the people that you're looking for, so it is quite essential to have this. I would recommend paying for it if you can. Moving on to the documents I mentioned earlier. Here is the business context file, the first one I mentioned. Now, you're going to want to just fill these all out to match your business. I've basically done everything for you. So yeah, you just need to follow this, fill it all out, and you'll be good. The second one is voice guide. Fill this out to exactly how you want to sound, and this will basically be how it structures your emails. The third one being called email rules. You want to style this to however you want your emails to look. You can use the way I do them, or you can style it to however you want. But this is the best way, in my opinion. So you can have a look through this and make the edits where necessary. Your fourth one is the outreach workflow. This is basically, your fourth one is the outreach workflow. This is basically a step-by-step process that AI follows every time it runs. When you give it this document, it will consistently read this before doing anything, basically. You can, again, use the exact rules that I give it, or you can fill it out to match exactly how you want it to do it. Fifth one is your prospect tracker. Now, you need this so that it logs every prospect into here, and it prevents duplicates, tracks your email sequences, and tells the follow-up system who to chase without it, breaking. The follow-up system is something that I'm going to be bringing up in another video, but for now, make sure you still install this so it's ready for when we do that. And template 6 is cold email examples. You want to fill this out to exactly how you would structure an email or have it sound, and again, it will just use that for reinforced information on how to sound when drafting for you. Once you've done all this and filled out every single template to exactly how you want them to be, you want to create a new folder on your desktop and name it something like Claude emails. And you want to go back to Claude Cowork and put all those files into here, and then go on to work in a project, click on whichever one it is that you want to work out of, and tell it to use all the documents I have included in this chat to make individual, how do you spell that? To make individual skills for Claude to work in project from. And let's go from that, and it should make individual skills related to each document that you've basically given it. So that's where I'm at. 48 hours, 3 calls booked with 7-figure plus companies. This is only in the first 2 days. So I'm excited to see where I can take this to, and I'll keep you guys constantly in the loop. Next video, I'm going to show you how to completely replace yourself in the business, have the follow-ups done, automations, everything along the lines of that. Or if there's any other ideas you have, shout me.